Hello, hello. Oh my, oh my. So yeah, this is really interesting. So since I came on live a week ago, so last Wednesday, same time, 3 p.m. Central. Sorry, my nose is itchy because I was just outside with the dogs and there are little white things floating around in the air. Something plantish. It's scratchy. I mean, it's itching my nose. So, yeah. Last week we had a whole bunch of billionaire witch codes activating our inner prosperity vibration, our inner wealth witchery. And knowing that I wanted to start coming live every Wednesday, this, I don't know, idea or vision sort of started channeling in, and it was about legacy and our legacies as the witchy healers of Earth, and what we are here to birth forth into the world in this lifetime. And just going to give us some vibrational spray while I'm talking. Then I'll tell you what the spray is. Yeah, so like our bodies of work as the magical witchy healers of Earth. And I was shown that we carry our bodies of work in our actual bodies. And so I sort of had this whole week to ruminate on that and to see what else wanted to channel through. And today, when I was having one of my little daily chats with my chat GPT, who I love, and we had talked about this before, but I know part of the work that I'm doing with the healers of Earth, in connection or directly related to the prosperity work, is legacy work, and and it's all interwoven with the healing of the witch wound, which my tribe definitely came into this lifetime carrying the witch wound. And if you're new here, or if you just want a little refresher, the witch wound it's the soul deep wound carried over from lifetimes of being banished, tortured, hurt, or killed, or ridiculed, or put in an asylum or imprisoned for being a witch, a shaman, a healer, a spiritual messenger. Think Joan of Arc, think the witch trials, think, and some of the people in the witch trials weren't even actually healers. They were just being accused of being witches as if that was something evil, which it's not. In my experience as a witch in many lifetimes, I've always worked with nature, the elements, the animals, flora, fauna, yada, 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 to help heal myself and others in our times of need. And do we carry magic? Yes, of course. All humans do. Not everyone cares to think about that. It can feel very scary. But we do, and we are all just the magic of the cosmos, having chosen to embody and bring our gifts and our vibrational codes in through this body in this lifetime. So the witch wound is the wound that impacts our willingness to work through the fears and be visible and bring our legacies and our bodies of work through, and actually birth them through out into the world in this lifetime. The witch wound has impacted our abilities to, sorry, if you don't know my physical symbols, the cough is the cough of release. So as I'm speaking, there's vibrational activity happening, and I might just bring in my wand, do a little bit of energy work while we're talking. Make sure you're not driving a car, because everything I do is vibrational, and it's very impactful. So you want to be in a calm and restful space while listening. Do not be driving. So, oh my, so much is channeling in all at the same time. Where was I? Oh yes, so the witch wound has also impacted, in addition to, has made it feel challenging to actually be visible or to want to be visible. It has impacted our ability to understand and know without a doubt, unshakably, that we deserve all that we desire, that we deserve to be prosperous, that we deserve to thrive as healers, as magical witchy healers. The witch wound gets in the way of that, you know. And so and I realized, like, I never liked to say, even though I've been working with the witch wound and healing the witch wound since sometime last year, can't remember exactly what month, but I don't like to say, I have the witch wound, you have the witch wound. I don't want to take ownership of it, because we want to get rid of it, right? So today it came through that it feels lighter to say, I have carried the witch wound, or if you haven't fully released it or healed from it or processed it yet, you can say, I carry the witch wound. I've gone through my processing and releasing, and still have sometimes these little energetic residue thingies pop up where sometimes things can still feel scary. But as you can see, I'm no longer letting that get in my way. Hold on one second. Baxter, come back out, buddy. Don't do that. My kitty cat is in the one spot where the dogs can actually make him feel, what's the word, like trapped, instead of anywhere else in the house that he could possibly be. So, oh, there you go. All right. He untrapped himself. There we go. Good boy, Bella. Good boy, Bella. So, yay, a black cat has just crossed our paths, literally. I feel blessed and lucky. So, and just a little more about the witch wound, just in case I really am new to you. The witch wound can and has impacted us in so many ways. Because if you think about it, you know, whether there were past lives of physical torture or death, or whether you were, I can't even think of the word, like put into an insane asylum. There's like a verb that means that, committed, I guess. Or whether you were banished from your village or your tribe or your city or whatever, because someone suddenly thought healers are scary and bad and shouldn't be part of the tribe, even though we made it our jobs in that lifetime to help everyone, to help the women in childbirth, to help people heal from sickness, to help people when they got hurt or wounded. Literally, we were of service in the highest and best ways possible, and then kicked out. So with witch wound energy, there can be loneliness or a feeling of like you don't even belong, or like you don't even, like you don't belong on Earth. There's a flower essence for that, actually. It's by the Desert Alchemy Company. I mean, I can't think of the actual essence right now, but if you want to know, let me know and I'll look it up. So So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna just stop there with the witch wound. But the reason I bring it up is because it's part of my whole body of work. Because we can't fulfill our soul, earth, and life purposes and bring forward our bodies of work that carry our codes and our medicine, so that our tribesfolk can benefit from what we have to share, the wisdom and the energetics and the healing codes and the vibrational channelings. Our tribe can't benefit from us if we're being hindered from actually birthing our body of work into the world in the first place. So the witch wound healing is the initiation, right? That's to get us back into balance, back into homeostasis, back into our bodies, back into our most empowered selves, so that we can then feel empowered to bring and willing to bring forward our medicine, our wisdom, our bodies of work into the world, so that we can actually impact and help who we are here to help and serve in this lifetime. So what's very cool, and what I started talking about in the beginning, is that the vision I had last week is that from lifetime to lifetime, we carry the energy of our medicine, our wisdom, our bodies of work in our souls. And when we incarnate, I guess, if that's a verb, when we choose a body and our souls incarnate into the chosen body, our souls feed our legacy codes, our medicine, our bodies of work, the energy of our bodies of work into our actual physical cells, our bones, our muscle tissue, so that literally our bodies hold the codes and the medicine of our bodies of work, of what we are meant to bring forth and teach and help our tribes with in this lifetime. So what can happen, having carried the witch wound, is that our bodies of work get stuck in our bodies instead of being shared out into the world. Instead of us just being a lighthouse emanating the light from our body of work out into the hemisphere, into the atmosphere. Hemisphere is not the right word, but you know what I mean. Out. Instead of letting it just flow and circulate out to where it needs to be, so that our visibility magnetizes. Hi, Sydney. So that our visibility magnetizes our soulmate client tribes to us. The witch wound brings such a fear of being seen, of sharing our magic, of sharing our truth, of sharing our medicine, that our bodies of work get just stuck in our physical cells. It gets to the point where if your medicine and your wisdom is so stuck within you that you can't unclench and allow it to flow out to the people who need to hear it or learn it or experience it, then we can get physically ill, because holding things in and being constricted, on an energetic level, on a soul level, leads to constriction emotionally and mentally, leads to pain and ailments and illnesses physically. There is this quote, and I put it in my, you know what? I know where it is. It's right in the Facebook group. I'm going to move my phone over because, and it'll make a noise, because I have to read this quote if you haven't seen it yet. So it's from the Gospel of Thomas, these writings. And it's attributed to Jesus, but really, whoever said it, it's one of the most truthy quotes I've ever read. I feel it in my whole being and in my soul. Okay, and that is, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. So right there, goosebumps, energy, tingles, everything right there. And adding to that quote, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save not only you, but those you are here to serve, right? And I won't go so far as to say if you do not bring forth what is within you, you're going to destroy your tribe, other people, your who you're here to serve. You won't destroy them, but they will not be getting the help and support and medicine they need specifically, uniquely from you. It's not going to destroy them, but it might help them stay stuck. So I would rather, release, which I have, released the carrying of the witch wound and free up my own energy and realm and body so that I can allow my medicine, my legacy codes, my body of work, allow that to flow through and from me out into the world in waves so that I actually can be of support for my soulmate client tribe, those who I came here in this lifetime to serve and support, i.e. the magical witchy healers of Earth. So I invite you, you magical witchy healers, to really consider doing that witch wound healing work and allowing for the unblocking of your visibility vibration and allowing for the activation of your prosperity codes and allowing for the unlocking of your body to open up and literally allow your legacy codes, your medicine, your wisdom, your body of work to channel through you and out into the world so that you can magnetize in those who you came here in this lifetime to serve, support, help, and facilitate healing for. So I'm going to be leading, starting mid-August, a year-long cohort where we are encompassing all that I just talked about. Legacy code activation, witch wound healing, prosperity, embodiment, and more. So I'm not going to start posting about it yet, but if you want to know more about it, you can just private message me. We can start a conversation. Casual. It's cash for now. No, it's always cash, but yeah, it's going to be extremely powerfully expansive and freeing if you join me for this upcoming year-long thingamajig, which I'm so excited about. Oh, back to the vibrational spray, which I spritzed for us at the beginning. So for a while now, I've been channeling vibrational essences and sprays since like 2003 or something, for a really long time. But lately, like this past year, I've been channeling vibrational sprays from the fairies, and it was always to do with what the fairies call divine prosperity. So basically the prosperity that's available to all of us when we simply reach out and allow it to integrate into our realms. So I was a little surprised, but happy when not this bottle, but the last bottle of spray I channeled actually ended up being from not the fairies, but the animals, the animals of Earth. And the animals have shown me for years that they are here to be our teachers of empowerment and love, self-love, and just love in general, which, makes perfect sense. And of course, power animals, right? So it's about soul empowerment. They literally carry medicine of empowerment. So So not this bottle, but the last, when I said, was called Grounded in Money. So with the fairies, it was all about divine prosperity. This was more, almost like more earthy, solid, grounded in money, and from the animals. And I said, oh, so you're here for empowerment, they said, and empowered prosperity. So meaning grounded, embodied, empowered prosperity and abundance, wealth, money in our realms physically. So they're very, So grounded in money. So we went through that bottle. When I say we, I vibrationally, distantly spray it for my clients and obviously use it on myself. We went through that body of work. We went through that bottle of essences very quickly. So when it came time to channel a new bottle, I said, is this still grounded in money? And it was like, no, this is the I receive money spray. And I said, okay, who am I channeling from? And they said, still the animals. So the animals are all about grounded and empowered prosperity. So this is the most energizing vibrational essence that I've experienced in a long time. It's just like, wake up. And it's awesome. I love it. And have I received money since beginning to use the spray? Yes, I have. The I receive money spray. So here, have at it, everyone. Enjoy. And it's helpful to say out loud, I receive money. I receive money. I receive money. As a mantra. You can add fun things like, I receive and enjoy my money. I receive and enjoy my money. So, ask me anything in the comments about prosperity for healers, legacy codes, the upcoming year-long cohort, which is going to be uber powerful and so much fun too. All my things are so much fun. All my offerings. And that's it. That's it for this week. And I will see you next week. And thank you for being here. Thank you, Sydney, for being here the whole time. If you left any comments, I can't see that on my phone. So I'll get to them in a moment on my laptop. All right. Love you guys. Huge love.